and how a Tesla owner sizes up. Hello, my name is Tony Dong. Bolt EV sales, Lucid vs Tesla, 2018 Honda Accord Hybrid, cleaner diesel trucks the week in reverse. How's the Chevy Bolt EV electric car doing in sales after 6 months in the market? What was missing from President Trump's speech on US energy policy? This is our look back at the week in reverse right here at Green Car Reports for the week ending on Friday, June the 30th, 2017. Friday, we had some rare good news on diesel engines. While the Volkswagen diesel scandal may have permanently set back diesels for passenger cars, the much larger diesel engines in heavy trucks continue to get cleaner. The new 2018 Honda Accord Hybrid will have the same trunk space as any other version of the top-selling mid-size sedan, and it will come in 5 different trim levels. On Thursday, we published a first-person account of another Bolt EV long-distance trip, including lessons learned over 1,300 miles in the 238-mile electric car. You may recall some previous Chevy Bolt EV electric car road trips we've covered, driving one from Richmond to St. Louis, or a couple who are going coast to coast across Canada. This one joins that group of accounts. Also, did you know BMW delivered more plug-in electric cars than Tesla between January and June? We've been surprised how few people noticed that. Wednesday, after a previous piece on Tesla's first half sales, we took another look at where the sales of the Model S and Model X have plateaued by updating a 4-month-old article with the newest data. Our Tesla-owning contributor David Noland reported at length on visiting startup electric car maker Lucid, and how a Tesla owner sizes up the Lucid Air luxury sedan it says it intends to bring to market. Noland also finally sold his trusty 2013 Tesla Model S, and he explained how that somewhat discouraging process played out. On Tuesday, while you may be familiar with Tesla's battery gigafactory, we asked you to imagine 40 of them. That's how many plants VW says it will need by 2025 to supply all the electric cars it expects to sell. Predictions for the world's energy future are improving, with carbon emissions projected to peak sooner and renewable cost continuing to fall, though it still may not be enough to avert some of the worst effects of climate change. We kicked off the week on Monday by noting that while electric car hopeful Faraday Future faces major challenges, its FF91 electric car set a new record at Pikes Peak in the world-famous hill climb. Following our June plug-in electric sales report, we asked how sales of the Chevrolet Bolt EV stacked up against those of other electric cars after 6 months and ran the numbers. At this point, it's hardly surprising that President Donald Trump's Energy Week speech contained many inaccuracies, or that he never mentioned renewable wind and solar energy at all, but lauded clean, beautiful coal numerous times. Over the weekend, Tesla CEO Elon Musk tweeted photos of the first production Tesla Model 3, and we further updated that story by adding video shot during while those photos were taken. Finally, if your child's seats have been through a car crash, what should you do? We urge you to read the linked article, which explains it all carefully. Those were our main stories this week. We'll see you again next week. Until then, this has been the Green Car Reports Week in Reverse update. Thank you for watching. For the follow-up, subscribe to the channel yourself here.
2018 Accords. Drivers can alter the sedan's reflexes via normal and sports settings, which will adjust items such as the new dual-pinion variable ratio electric power steering, the transmission shift program, the throttle response, and, when equipped, the adaptive dampers. Yep, top dog 2018 Accord touring models will feature adaptive dampers capable of adjusting every 1/500th of a second. Far less excitingly, an Econ mode aims to improve fuel efficiency by dulling throttle response and vac operation when activated. Metal Shop. With a structure featuring 29% more ultra-high-strength steel, Honda claims the new Accord uses more of the stuff than any of its other current production cars and 54% high-strength steel. It's not surprising that engineers managed to trim a claimed 110 to 176 pounds from the Accord's weight, depending on trim. Torsional stiffness is said to be improved by 34% and bending stiffness by 24%, and the increased rigidity should also aid ride quality, handling dynamics, and cabin quietness. The front suspension is a strut type, with L-shaped aluminum lower arms and an aluminum front subframe, while the rear utilizes a multi-link setup mounted to a rigid floating subframe. Fluid-filled bushings add another level of NVH absorption. With the news that the Accord Coupe will not return for the 2018 model year, it appears the designers made an attempt to soften the blow a bit by reshaping the Accord sedan to have a long, sloping backlight, short trailing edges on the rear door windows, and a full-length character line running from stem to stern. In comparison with the outgoing car, the wheelbase is up by a substantial 2.2 inches, overall length down by 0.4 inch, height is down by 0.6 inch, and width is up by 0.4 inch. The tracks are increased up front by 0.2 inch, and at the rear 0.8, and the overhangs front and rear also have been reduced. A noise abatement plan very similar to the latest Odysseys includes the first ever application of structural adhesives in an Accord, as well as other sound deadening measures such as underbody covers, front and rear engine compartment insulators, and acoustic laminated glass for the windshield and the front door glass on extremes and above. It all should help drastically reduce cabin noise, a sometime Honda bugaboo, as it has in the Odyssey. Trim dandy. Although the final lineup isn't set in stone as of this writing, Honda says the 1.5-litre engine will be available in 6 trim levels: LX, Sport, X, XL, XL Navi, and Touring. The 2.0-litre engine will be available in just 4 models: Sport, XL, XL Navi, and Touring. The hybrid powertrain will return for 2018, with production shifting to Ohio after a few years in Japan. It's slated for an official debut later in the year, but we do know that the Accord Hybrid will be powered by Honda's third General Atkinson Cycle 2.0-litre 4-cylinder/dual electric motor system that eliminates the need for a conventional transmission. A new intelligent power unit, essentially the batteries and electronic controls, will be mounted under the floor to maintain the Accord's trunk space and folding rear seat. The hybrid will be available in 5 trims: Base, X, XL, XL Navi, and Touring. The interior looks to go more contemporary and upscale. A contoured steering wheel and paddle shifters where applicable front a lower cowl, which should work with 20% thinner pillars enabled by the ultra-high-strength steel to improve forward visibility. The topmost tier of the soft-touch instrument panel runs the full width of the dash, while the newly designed front seats make use of a new padding material that offers variable firmness. Higher seatbacks improve shoulder support, and the optional 12-way power driver's seat adds 4-way adjustable lumbar support to its list of tricks. Cooling is now available for the front seats as well as heating. In cars equipped with rear seat heaters, the backs are now heated in addition to the bottom cushions. Armrests are longer, wider, and plusher all around. Although the car is slightly shorter overall, the increased wheelbase provided the engineers the opportunity to move the rear seat aftward, increasing legroom from an already spacious area by 1.9 inches. Better yet, trunk capacity is not compromised in the process, increasing from 15.8 to 16.7 cubic feet. Tech Talk. Honda's sensing safety technology is standard across the board, including automated emergency braking that can bring the car to a full stop, plus lane departure warning, road departure mitigation, adaptive cruise control with low-speed follow, and new traffic sign recognition. Honda Link Telematics Emergency Roadside Assistance, Remote Locking and Unlocking, Remote Engine Start, Stolen Vehicle Tracking, Remote Diagnostics, Geofencing, Speed Tracking, and more also will be available, as will wireless device charging, Bluetooth, 4 grams LTE in-car Wi-Fi, and over-the-air system updates. A 6.0-inch head-up display is included in touring. Finally, after years of trying to convince the world otherwise, Honda has relented and will equip every 2018 Accord with not only an analog volume knob, but also a genuine knob for tuning. With the frustration of tuning the radio remedied, we hope it's worth mentioning the various audio systems. LX trims get 4-speaker, 160-watt audio. Sport and X trims get an 8-speaker, 150-watt system. And XL and Touring trims enjoy a 10-speaker